Ooh, this map is dark. But it's probably because I have a weather effect that's a tint, yes. Neat. Alright, kids and cadets. Let me rub my hands together. Rub-a-dub-dub-a-dub-a-dub. Last time, you went on a boat, which worked out great. Now you're on an island.
Yay. Yep.
You're on an island filled with paranoid people.
Castle of the Chibi Holder.
The chippy holder. That's a lot better. I like that a lot more. Let me just bada bing, bada boom my name into something a bit better. Bada boom, better baby. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you play D&D and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes D&D plays you.
Oh no.
You have some objectives. I even made you a nice little handout that helps you figure out what you're supposed to be doing approximately.
Hooray.
Nice.
Of course, now comes the big problem, which is that I don't think any one of you are licensed detectives.
Not last I checked.
Oh, don't worry.
No.
Nothing a little zesty attitude can't fix. Let's see where you are. Oh, you're all splitting up. Who wants to take the charge with doing something in their own spare time, then? Does Mr. Librarian want it? Is the person who's walking around random hallways thinking they got the gusto to not bump into someone who gets angry at them?
All I need to do is pretend to be cleaning, and then I'm good.
I mean, maybe? Like
No one told us where we were and weren't allowed to clean. So, as far as I know, I'm in the right.
You're allowed to clean everywhere. At all times.
It's a great cover.
Yeah, just make sure you have a ladder and overalls.
Let me just remove this tint. It is getting in the way of my visibility.
That works none of the times.
As we found out yesterday.
Alright, kiddos. I say that Valentine is the first to make a move.
Okie doke.
Is there still a... Okay, there's no grid I can snap onto. That's great.
Amazing.
Take us to turn the grid off. Valentine, you open up the door deciding that it's time to investigate. You see a hallway
Investigate.
where there is a bunch of doors. There's a curtain off to the right after a small distance, and there's a blue scaled sort of fish person kind of guard standing by one of the doors. The hallway is so small that it'd be kind of awkward to squeeze on by. They give you a sharp look. Like, her.
I'll give them like a little wave and just continue dusting my way down to the nearest door.
Do you have a broom?
Yeah. I assume I have some kind of cleaning implement that I might have either been given or have something that I can dust with.
As you approach, you almost bump into a spear, which he helpfully points your direction to aid in that particular course of action.
Oh.
But who are you?
I'm the new cleaner. I clean. I do cleaning.
Oh, that's very easily said. But you're not doing a very good job. Look at all that sweeping. You can clean your own buttocks.
1. Rude. 2. My buttocks is pristine, I'll have you know. And like, is there any reason why I shouldn't be cleaning this direction?
Leave it to those silly ones that think that they can just walk it over everywhere. By what I've seen you do so far, you don't know how to clean. So I say they should either fire you or have you hung for treason.
I'm pretty sure you can't be charged with treason for cleaning badly.
I
But-
say you can be hung for treason, you'll be hung for treason.
You and whose army?
Literally everyone else in this castle.
Well, clearly not everyone, otherwise I wouldn't have been hired to be here in the first place. I think you speak for yourself.
Das heißt, es will.
I assure you I have the full authority of Demon to do as I must to keep things in order, and you are just making a bigger mess.
Full authority to stand in a hallway and poke sticks at people. Criticize their bums for being dirty.
Like he like pokes you with the tip of a spear. You have a lot of guts going around pissing off the guards around here. We decide who is just and who is not. And from what I can see, you're going straight to the gallows. Poke, poke.
Yeah, well, I'll happily clean somewhere else since apparently my talents aren't appreciated here, buddy.
To be fair, no one appreciates a complete lack of talent.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience, mate.
I wasn't hired for my cleaning skills, I was hired for my spearing skills.
And judging by the fact that I am completely unspeared, I'm pretty sure you haven't demonstrated any of those.
That's about to change, I feel like.
It is a very, very bold statement to make when you're in spearing range.
Smart cat.
It's like the executioner has the axe to your neck and you're like, ah, you couldn't chop anyone's head off. And he's like, I'll show you.
Okay, so what's your
Listen,
AC?
I would like to know your
I
AC,
can
yes.
sass- My AC is currently 22.
22. Oh.
I can sass my way out of any situation.
22. Let me see. Well, you sure get speared in the gut.
Ow.
Like he pushes through. Oh, wow. And delivers
Point proven.
a non-insignificant blow of 9 damage.
Ow.
And as he pulls the spear back, and he just looks a bit off with how he looks at the blood and goes,
Damn, now there's more cleaning to do.
Yeah,
indeed.
jeez.
Now you're just gonna make more of a
Really like
mess. Like I said, I wasn't hired to clean.
Sassy cat got hurt.
Surely you can clean your own bloody mess.
Excuse. Ooh. Ooh.
This is freaking Salem from.
The sass
So
being
really-
thrown around here.
Gonna like throw my hands up and scuttle my way out of the room. Clearly this guy isn't worth dealing with. I've made my point.
And he's
Leaving
my
a trail
first.
of blood as I'm going.
Valentine, why are you bleeding?
I won an argument, that's why I'm bleeding.
You won an argument on who bleeds better, presumably.
Yeah.
Grubblex, you hear the blubbery laughing of this guy when the door like opens and closes. Arguments have been won. In the meantime, Carl is in a big library. It's remarkably
Yeah.
quiet here. In fact, you're quite certain that the sound around here is magically dampened.
Nice. Means the librarian doesn't have to shush people all the time.
Probably
In
would
the
anyway.
distance of this library, which may be very close since, you know, the sound is weirdly distorted, you hear shuffling and books being grabbed and moved in and out of bookcases.
Nice. I go to the part where light is magically dampened, apparently.
No, sound is dampened, not light. This is
Yeah.
just not showing you what's there. There's a door over to your right. Your right. Our left. You see the library. In all of its majestic glory. There are many books to be seen here. Although some of them have really weird titles. Like, just perusing, you can tell that some of these are not necessarily reference material.
Um, I'm going to have Bran look outside. I tell him to meet me here later.
What is Bram going to take a look at?
I don't know, just the exterior.
This particular
If we-
location is best equivocated to a giant concrete block that has been, with great effort, sculpted into something that's somewhat aesthetically pleasing. It's
Nice.
it's a fortress. It could probably hold like several cannonballs and still have some wall to spare. It doesn't mean it's very smooth on the outside. It doesn't look very pleasant. It's much more cozy on the inside, where there's warmth and the rain isn't as loud. But on the outside, it's like a prison. It looks like a prison.
Very
Yeah.
brutalist outside.
So nothing stands out, just a concrete block.
I mean, there's like some towers.
Yeah.
One of the
Towers
towers has
usually-
like some astrological equipment on it. Astronomical equipment, sorry.
Ooh. Nice.
But there's nothing on the outside that is particularly striking. And thanks to the rain, Bram can't see too far in the distance.
Yeah, understandable.
You can sort of see like the
Well-
beach, but not the boat that you took.
Well, guess I'm going to look for those diaries.
There's a section of the library that's like barred off with thick bars, and an inch after the bars stop is a wall of pure darkness.
Oh yeah, looks here.
It's magical darkness because that's not how light works.
Yeah, of
How
course.
inviting.
As you walk on through, you almost, sort of, bump into the person who seems to be the librarian, judging by the cart they're pushing forward that's loaded to the brim with books. It's a small goblin lady, by the looks of it, wearing the usual glasses. She gives you the shortest of looks and then pulls up her nose as if you are far below her, and then shuffles back in between the bookcases.
Yeah,
Off to your
reasonable.
right are, well, they're big scaly folk who look like they could bench press an entire library bookcase, protecting
Yeah.
the iron bars and a thick gate that leads to the dark section. And just Bummer, that is a nice brutalistic approach to what this building looks like.
Yep.
Well, I try to judge the gap between the two guards.
Approach the two guards. They tense
No,
up.
I don't really. I just kind of look at them to.
Okay. Okay. They take their job very seriously, with how still
Yeah.
and stiff they're standing. They keep like glancing, looks at you like, "Are you still there? You still there? You still there?"
Yeah. Whoops, I didn't.
Some of them
Yeah.
sometimes make these hand gestures that remind you a bit of spellcasting, but nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Grab for their blades. They're
Uh,
on edge.
I'm going to get into this nuke to cast detect magic to have a new look at things.
What do you hope to find? Because there's lots of magic here. A lot of these tomes are magically enchanted, presumably to preserve them, or maybe they are just
Yeah.
magic. There's
I
the
know. I'm going to look at the guards to see if there's like any active spell auras on them.
they're not surrounded by any sort of illusion. This is their natural form, from what you can tell.
Yeah.
Or a natural form they can take. They have some magic items on them as well, like their swords are magical, that their armor is somewhat magical. They seem to be wearing some sort of contact lenses that are magical.
Does it look like divination?
Roll me some spellcraft
Uh,
as you wiggle your eyebrows and piece information together.
I'm just going to roll a. I think I have a plus 15 to this now.
Marvelous. It's divination.
Yeah.
So there is that.
So I'm pretty sure they can see invisible, so I'm going to toss out the plan on trying to sneak past them invisible. That would just be way too suspicious. And
Since you just
spotlight shift to someone else.
cast a spell and are like looking at them, they like lean into each other, sort of like whispering a very hushed but clearly upset tones. Galter is galtering around the place. You find some stairs going down from your current position, as well as the stairs going up.
Yes. Well, let's go see what they have in the basement then.
Heck. Oh no, that's the wrong place. Excuse me. I'm an idiot and forgot that the basement is actually on this exact floor.
Ooh.
Because I handled the maps
Oh,
like that.
exciting.
I thought it would work a bit better. Okay, let me just take care of some. I don't like how whenever I pull these tokens out, they almost immediately become massive.
Hmm.
Galter, it's time to poof off into the sunset. Oh, wrong. Oh! Oh no. Don't tell me I. Ah, frick. That explains a lot. These guys are on the wrong layer.
Yeah, I couldn't see any guard guys.
I put them all in the weather exclusion layer for some reason. Whoops!
Okay then.
I noticed when I tried to click and drag Galter off to the top right. You'll be able to see yourself in a moment. I need to put these guys in the layer, then I can reveal the area. Galter,
Yeah.
you walk downstairs. Despite the fact that you would imagine this place will be extremely humid with all the rain going on all the time, it is remarkably dry here, and somewhat cozy in a weird dungeony kind of way. Off to your side are some pale men. Like really, really pale.
Hmm.
They don't move an
Alright.
inch, but you can sense that they are seeing you in some way. Their eyes are blindfolded.
Okay.
Alright, forget I need to reveal stuff. I'm not using the lighting engine. There are many hallways going many places, some which go to what you presume would be towers since they spiral upwards.
Hmm. I figure if there's something hidden, probably in the basement.
As you try to step on forward along that way, one of them sort of whoa, 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 whoa.
Hmm?
And where doth thou think thou art going?
Oh god.
Oh
I'm
no.
a clean. I'm a cleaner.
He raises his hand and then bumps it into the wall because this place is really cramped. Do you see any
Creeping.
dust that requireth cleaning?
I handle more tougher stains.
He looks like a freaking robot. I am a clean.
If thou doesn't leaveth, thou will be staineth. You hear an incessant snickering coming from the north.
Very well then. I shall abstain from creating more stains then.
Thou can only staineth these fineth floors.
Is your tongue okay, dude? Sounds swollen.
Hmm.
No, he's clearly trying to sound like old-timey wimey, but if the snickering to the north is any indication.
Fine then. Just march on down here. A door.
You find a door, and through it you find, well, why does it take me so long to find this tool? Also, I will reveal what's behind here because you did get a good look at it. It's a long hallway leading past small pools of water. But the place you just entered into seems to be some sort of kitchen or laboratory. It smells equally of chemicals and just nice food.
Uh-huh.
Sounds gross.
Careful not to mix your cyanide with your salt.
Interesting.
That actually happened at a takeout place.
Why
Where
did they
I
have
live.
cyanide?
It wasn't cyanide. It was like some sort of like cleaning powder stuff. Like It was something really strong, and people who ate it like burnt their throats horribly.
I like the idea that they
And they got
they didn't mistake it. There's just one guy who just eats it for fun. He's like, people will like this if I spice up their meals with this.
spicy.
My throat feels weird. That's good. That's
Let's
what
add
spicy
the
is.
forbidden sauce.
Quote from Man Stabbed. What are you gonna choose? Quote of the century. Galter, this place strikes you as a place you could probably get some cool, exciting chemicals from if you knew what chemicals were. But hey, there's some half-finished dishes here.
I do know what chemicals are.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
I mean,
You're not.
he
No.
brews mutagens and stuff.
Yeah.
I am an alchemist. I know a thing or two about alchemy.
A thing or two or three or four or five or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10.
So, I take a look at what sort of things are they cooking up in here.
By the looks of it, they are making some sort of creamy soup. It smells fishy. Do you wish to taste the soup?
I poke in a little finger in.
It tastes like metal. Oh wait, that's your glove. It definitely tastes like some sort of creamy fish soup, which you don't know if that's a faux pas or not. That sounds weird, creamy fish. Also, for a moment, a magical effect affects you, but its effects are invisible. You felt a bit zestier though for a moment. The air felt sharper.
Well, let me say creamy fish soup.
It's chowder. That's what chowder is.
Really? I did not know.
Yeah, it's a creamy fish stew.
Well, the more you know.
Well, also, the way we do fish soup around here, you kind of traditionally add some cream to it. So
Today we learned a thing or two about fish stews.
Some good.
good. So
I want to learn about borscht.
Mostly because it sounds like a strong meat.
No.
Borscht could lift you off the ground.
It's
Okay.
people's.
okay, so it tastes like food.
It tastes like food, yes. Magical
Yeah.
food.
Is there anything around here that I could use to turn it into not food?
Do you have anything that, poisoning related? Like alchemy or knowledge nature or like...
Alchemy? Yeah.
Show me the goods, I say with trembling voice.
11.
Alright, in that case, it's going to be a flat check, which I'm going to roll for you to see if what you pick up is good or not. You cannot... Oh, that's nice. Well, they definitely have some poisons on the shelves. You're able to figure out where they keep the don't put this in the food stuff. Because it is a label, don't put this in the food.
Well,
Since,
that's nice.
safety first instead of being subtle and cute. Putting
Yeah.
that aside, they have lots of them. None of them are marked. Like, you're supposed to know this or get out of here. Oh, this one's nice. Do you wish to smell this poison that you just picked up?
No.
I mean, inhaling poison probably not a good idea in most circumstances.
Depends on the kind of poison.
In most of the time, you don't want to get it in your lungs.
I mean, if it's inhaled poison, a poison that's got. It depends.
Yeah, but usually there's like fumes. It's like
Fumes
a
and
bottle
they
of
just
poison.
kind of burn your nose hairs away. Ugh.
Smells like Alban.
Come across some noxious stuff. Ugh.
I mean, you can do whatever you like.
Yeah, I pick out something that I think might be relatively tasteless.
Okay, you're looking for something tasteless. I don't think an 11 is gonna get you there, but you pick up a bottle that you're like, this looks good. It's not too colorful. It's not too vibrant.
Looks like water.
Yeah, you wouldn't see this.
Yeah, like I'm just, yeah, this looks fine.
It might be alcohol. It might be hydrochloric acid.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's going into the soup. Glug, 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 glug.
All right.
What could
Why do
possibly go wrong?
The soup looks a bit strange for a moment, and you hear some weird, but it dies out after a moment, and mission complete. You think?
Yeah. I put the bottle back.
Oh, what the hell are we doing?
You promise a guest to someone's castle, and the first thing you do is mess up the
What?
soup.
Yep.
Rude.
There's gonna be a lot of
Time to-
throwing up in a few minutes, in a few hours when people have eaten this. Anything else
I
you want to
hope,
do in this kitchen alchemy lab that probably violates a lot of safety standards?
I haven't even cast Stank and Cloudy.
I hope Gota tells us to not eat the food.
Like, there are like other meals here, like a proper brisket and a giant roast pig.
Mm.
Oh, well, okay. Didn't realize that. In case, yeah, I'll start pasting stuff with with that same poison. Just, whatever.
Man, the poison is making this room smell a bit funny.
Glug, glug.
You ran out of poison when you were getting to the brisket, but all the other things are definitely not healthy now, and you're starting to feel lightheaded.
Ooh. And before I exit the room, is there like any spices lying around?
There's a whole row of spices. Do you have anything that would help you with spice identification?
Not really. I just grab something and throw it in the air before I leave to mask the smell.
I assume that you take a moment to smell the spices first so that you're not just throwing unground pepper in the sky.
Sure, yeah, I pick something aromatic.
I just like the idea of him just grabbing like unground pepper and it clatters off his armor. The air smells remarkably spicy now, but you're sure you can't smell the chemicals anymore.
Mission accomplished.
You then hear the pitter-patter of a tiny kobold, followed by... Well, they all look like chefs, because they all got the chef hat on.
Oh man.
Some of them are carrying empty plates. Carrying plates, like not plates for eating. And one of them is like helping push along this weird hovering cart. Out of the way! Out of the way! Cook's
Is there
business.
something to clean upstairs?
There'll be something to clean when people are done eating. Now get out of the way!
That's the
Chef's business! A bunch of goblins are following pitter-patter, and they will move into the kitchen.
Don't know
Oi!
how much there is to clean after they ate stuff.
The cleaner should have cleaned this place. It smells way too strong now. Galter
It's
decides
the
to go.
detergent.
Now the problem is I need to figure out which staircase that actually leads to.
Oh, what is this side thing here?
Side thing. There's a small side room.
It's a small side.
Judging by the paper and the presence of like big ledgers, like you can see from the doorway that it's probably like a ledger of some sorts.
Alright.
You see that the bookshelf is filled to the brim with years. As in, books titled by year.
Well, I close the door behind me.
What a nice cozy room. It's a bit snug for
Right.
you though.
Yeah, me and Ade both just cramming ourselves in here.
Also, that spiky armor probably isn't good for the books.
Yeah. Right. I pick up the most recent book then.
You pick up the most recent book, which, after checking the book on the desk, is the book on the desk, because it's the one that's open and still being written. It is a ledger. It's the treasury ledger, in fact.
Oh,
This is where they keep track of where the money goes.
Well, a clue.
Perfect. Finally, something to use.
okay. I quickly check up the latest entries.
Do you have proficient accounting that could help you with paperwork?
Let's see what I...
If you have a skill that can
Cool.
help, roll that skill. Otherwise, you can roll me a raw intelligence or wisdom check.
Alright, let me check.
Because, you know,
What
people could do their taxes.
What? professional soldier help with this?
I imagine that part of
Things-
being a soldier is knowing your wages, so sure.
Bit
I
of a
imagine-
stretch, but okay.
I imagine that being a soldier sometimes means doing the paperwork, just like a
Oh, yeah.
doctor.
Especially if you're
On top of
mercenary.
that, your wisdom is added to it anyway, so I'm not going to be too harsh on this. Let's take a look-see. Ooh. Taking a close look, there is definitely something funny going on. So, normally these things are like, oh, well, we'll pay the cooks this, we'll pay the... Oh, God, I'm sorry, having some bubbly problems in my gut. Okay, that should help. You start to notice that the numbers... I mean, it's not that they don't add up, because you need to read the whole ledger to figure out if they add up. But there are a lot of expenditures around here. A lot more than there should be for a location this size. And they're all like teeny tiny things. It's like bought a statue, bought some books, bought some books. And then you look in between them, and just in the middle of this, the handwriting is very cleverly done. The handwriting looks like it's bought some books, but a close examination reveals that it says political donations.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Donations.
subtle.
Okay.
What is this, America?
Anyone who would read this on a cursory glance wouldn't notice it, but you do.
But is this the whole Western world?
Okay.
They're quite sizable donations, too. These are like... You could outfit a couple of dudes with some pretty good stuff with this.
Now I'm wondering if I should take this book with me, or... What was the thing we were asked to do here? We were...
It's on the nice handout we got from our gamers.
Oh, this handout.
They might be getting in return.
Ah.
That Dim is even providing or giving away everything.
Apparently a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
If only you
Might
had
be
the
more.
copy spell.
Yeah.
Copy spell. I
Isn't-
stuff this.
Just to ask the stuff if you have a magical
Just stuff the
printer
book in
on
your
here.
shirt.
How big is it?
These are ledgers meant to last a whole year. They're pretty sizable, but for you, they're not that big. Surprise, because whoever works here is smaller than you.
Yeah.
You just see a whole gaggle of goblins and kobolds going into the kitchen. Sorry.
Okay, I grab the ledger then.
You've obtained the ledger. You feel the power of wealth in your hands, and the weight of wealth. Not that heavy, though.
Gross.
Right.
Alright. Let's go to Gibraltar. What are you doing in the meantime, after Valentine came in bleeding, and is just making a mess?
Let's go for the big door.
You go for the big double doors.
I'm gonna knock first.
No one answers.
Nice, so I open it.
You open the door with heroic prestige. Which is to say that I should have had the selection tool available all this time. Time to drop in some guards. Alrighty then, that should be enough for now. You see a hallway leading off to some doors. The doors have magical writing on them, telling you what's behind them.
Can I read them from here?
There's also some guards who are also dressed in blue. They're the same guy as the one that Valentine came from. They're wearing this fancy plate-like equipment that glows slightly. It makes them look intimidating, but you're a druid, you don't care. Metal is for ho-hums.
Can I read what the magical signs say on the doors?
Yes, the way these signs work is that they float like slightly in front of the door and they turn with you. Like one of those sprites in 3D games.
Billboards. Yeah, I know that's...
The room over here is defined as the practice hall. The room over here is study and lounging, and this is has no magical name tag. You also see the beginnings of a letter L over here.
It doesn't look like the stuff we're searching for, and I don't want to mess around with the guards after seeing what happened to Valentine.
To be fair, Valentine was being excessively sassy, and it was a very small hallway.
Yeah.
You are being looked at, though. They are
details.
giving you the looks.
What kind of look?
They are. Okay, roll me
Just
some.
looking
So
at
roll
me,
me some.
okay.
Roll me some Sims motive, please.
Yeah.
These guys are just constantly squinting and blinking very slowly and very awkwardly. They're not subtle about anything. With how they're giving you the eyes.
Let's just close the door again and open the door there.
One of them starts to grumble, and will move from his position if you continue this tomfoolery.
But I mean that door.
Oh, you're going for another
Yeah.
door. You stumble into a place. Oh, well, wrong tool, me. You stumble into a small hallway with a staircase going up. You hear some people talking. Yes. No people, yes. You also hear
Take a
rain.
Oh. I'm gonna take a closer look.
A man.
Oh, hello there.
A lady in full plate stands up. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Just looking around.
This is no place to look around. This place is top secret!
Okay, what kind of place is a place to look around then, please?
She just gets up, and you see a weird sting in her eyes, like, ooh, as she just draws her blade and jumps across the table at you. This place is top secret!
Alright, I'm just gonna leave. Bye. Also, maybe place a top secret shield on the doors is for people like me who are stupid and go.
Valentine,
Everywhere, I
you
don't
see
know.
Grubelix probably like leaning against the door where someone is like knocking into.
He's like coward. Gotta like saunter
Should have
off a
gotten
little.
stabbed.
At least get stabbed like a man.
Make your point.
Make your point and not achieve anything.
Grubba, is that true? You're gonna have to make some strength checks to keep this door closed, and at some point you're going to have to face the music, because they are determined.
Alright, oh, gosh darn.
Oh no,
No,
poor innocent baby boy.
noodle arms.
Very donkey.
Well, they rolled a 5, but they have a +3 modifier, so boop. Valentine, you watch as Grubelix is knocked to the ground by the swinging of the door. And this crazed lady, in quite some heavy, in like full plate, is like standing there. And swings at him with reckless, mad abandon.
Jesus Christ, what's your problem, lady?
It's top secret! She screams at the top of her lungs.
I think all people around here are crazy.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
Do you wish to do anything before Grubelix gets sliced into pieces by a longsword?
Not gonna
I
let
like how you're like, should I do something?
him. I'll let him.
Okay. Let's get into initiative then.
What the hell is going on?
You're in trouble. That's what's going on.
I mean, there are other guards in there who aren't helping this lady, so.
Good roll.
Nice.
Good news. Valentine, you are also technically in this initiative.
I'm not getting involved.
Roll it.
Okay.
Valentine decides to stand around. Gravelix, you're on the ground. This crazed lady looks at you. She looks possessed, if not worse.
I have something to maybe just calm her down? I don't think so. Should I just go for one? Yeah, sir. I'm just gonna move out
Does
of this.
Bow enter initiative as well?
No, I don't know. Sure.
Bow wow.
Like,
Bark.
wow, you're being attacked by a guard and you have a guard dog.
The dog's
Ah,
just
yeah,
sitting there
totally.
doing nothing.
Weakness, guard dogs too. Bow wow
And he
gets
should have gone
attacked.
first. Okay.
First
Lunge.
goes his box.
Lunge for the stars, bow wow.
I'm just gonna make it for one.
Dog for great justice.
With great dog comes great justice.
Just gonna move up to here.
Gorbelix charges out of the room.
I don't wanna mess around with some crazy girl.
Alright. The crazy girl, upon seeing Gorbelix leave, turns to Valentine.
I didn't even go in the secret room.
You know too many secrets!
Crazy.
Too many secrets!
I don't know any secrets.
She lunges at you.
I don't even know my own secrets.
Forgot to ask the GM. What's your armor class? It's 22, right?
When? Yeah.
Uh,
so-
She misses. Her
Yeah, I was
sword,
gonna say, I was
her
gonna-
sword swing
Oh.
clangs against the armor beside you. Magical sparks flying from it. Bow wow gets stacked.
Dog.
Doge.
What would a dog do in this situation? He's gonna sniff out the secrets now like Scooby-Doo. No.
Jinkies.
Sniff sniff. Joinkies.
When's the bit where we eat a sandwich that's like twice our height? When does that happen?
I mean, Galter probably poisoned the sandwiches by now.
That's a good point. Don't eat the sandwich.
I mean, he just saw Valentine being attacked, so he's gonna attack the girl.
Bark.
The lady is beset upon by bites.
Pomp.
Unfortunately, she's wearing full plate and is quite well defended.
No.
Her screaming turns ever more mad and raving.
I mean,
Pretty mad.
the hell do we do in this situation? Do we just kill this lady? Like, I don't know. She's crazy, but she's probably semi-important.
Let's apprehend her then.
Certainly try and non-lethal, but I'm not sure how to do that exactly.
Shoot her non-lethally in the kidneys.
Oh, I'll try and stab her non-lethally in the kidneys.
Not the
What
kidneys.
what could possibly go wrong there?
You're in a position, yeah, to do 2 stabbies.
Zing. By the way, if you spend... oh no, that critical doesn't... It is a critical hit, but not a crit confirm. Bam! She takes 8 damage from that.
You always get the precision, so 13.
Yeah, I always get.
Wait, you always get precision?
Yeah, we found out that apparently the basic
As long as
precision.
you have 1 point of panache, you get a precision bonus equal to your level.
or
And if
equal to
you
your
spend a panache
swashbuckler level.
point, you get to add another one.
Yeah, and since I have like 5 points, pretty much always going to do the like at least basic.
Okay. How
I'm gonna
exciting.
I'm I'm gonna do my classic and try to get her to back off a little by spooking the heck out of her. It's like fucking stand down, you creepy
Show me the
crazy bitch.
Give me the. Ooh.
Jesus Christ! I've already been stabbed once. Starting to really hate this place.
The combat ends, technically, unless you want to do anything, as she scurries off, shouting about top secret.
What was the plan? To get her to go away.
The monsters know about top secret! We're all
I'm gonna
doomed!
go. I'm gonna go back to Valentine and say I'm sorry about that.
I'm just gonna glare at you. The fuck is your problem?
There's a lot of cuss going around. Do I need to get the cuss jar?
Also,
I feel like Valentine would swear,
Like a
like
sailor.
a sailor.
Yeah!
that's how I'm gonna use one of my cure wounds charges too on Valentine.
Thank you.
Because he's still bleeding from stuff I don't know about.
It's just blood pooling at his feet. Like he's a broken faucet.
Yeah, I've been. It's just kind of squirting out like a bad samurai movie.
And it was 1d8 plus 1, right?
I think that was it. Something like that.
Me. Amazing!
Two.
At least the wound's closed.
Let's do it once again. Fuck you, sorry.
Thanks, Griff. You're doing your best.
I hate
I mean, that's good enough.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, 43 charges left.
Well,
This is not my day, I'm just saying.
exactly. Well, that was the situation. How about we
Yeah,
focus
that
in on
was-
Carl?
Thing that happened.
Carl, you hear nothing of this because you're in a room that's magically, like, the sound is dulled.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a library and there's like
A top
enough
secret
reading
section.
material to last for a while.
Some of these books, by the way, are like novels. Some of the visual variety.
Is-
Oh,
Who knows where they got
Wait,
this kind
what?
of stuff from, but it's nice and colorful. Wow.
this.
All right. Well, I don't know if Bran can read.
I don't know if he's literate.
He's pretty intelligent.
I imagine that since you can read, you can probably also read.
Yeah. So I guess my point is, I don't think there is much point to just kind of trying to browse through the titles.
It would take a while to
Oof.
peruse all the titles. These are rather high shelves.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the really cute scene of Carl teaching his Bran to read. It's like showing the bird a book. This is A. Can you say A? And just like,
I mean,
good, close enough.
Bran can totally speak. So
Yeah, that doesn't mean it doesn't make bird noises sometimes.
This is an H.
Are- Are these even doors or what?
There are some doors to north, yes. You can take a peek inside and you find quite study rooms.
Nice.
These have, like, total silence.
Ooh.
You can't hear a thing when you're inside these.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to just go out on a limb and check if someone maybe left something interesting on the desks on accident.
Let me roll to see what kind of books have been left behind. Where is my other D100 die? There he is. You find a book that is an extensive study on the nature of magic within anti-magical fields. It is a remarkably dry read, which is evidenced by the fact that there are like earmarks on every single page.
At least be glad it's not a wet read.
You.
The pages are all soggy. Another book that you find here is... Wait, how did I roll the exact same number twice? That's impossible. There we go.
It's the
Another one
revised edition.
this is some sort of fantasy drivel. It's about some dragon guy going out on great adventures. There's a lot of mentions of his glistening abs for some reason.
So nothing
Yeah, I wouldn't,
really
wouldn't
that
touch
like
that one.
good. No accidental notes of plot importance or anything.
Roll me some perception as you decide to just toss the room. No one can hear you. Who cares?
I mean, okay. I think I should have a +10 to this because I invested in skill and also brand skill, so I have alertness and I have elf keen senses.
My goodness, you have everything working for you.
So 23.
23. There is a note, but I need to check a couple of notes of my own in order to make sure that I'm about to tell you the right information. This particular note mentions that a couple of bits of reference material need to be gathered regarding realignable magical teleportation circles.
Ooh.
It then mentions a couple of titles that can supposedly help with that.
Ooh.
An interesting detail is that it mentions that the circle needs to be placed in a stable location, and that there really isn't any space on the ground floor and up to put such a thing.
So presumably somewhere down below. Okay, good to know. I'm going to roll knowledge nature for no reason whatsoever.
Cool. You've rolled knowledge
and
nature.
Also I'm going to go look for the books mentioned in the note. Just trying to see if I know how libraries are organized.
The libraries are loosely organized based on topic and then alphabetical. It's not a great system now that you think about it, because you keep having to double check other sections.
Yeah.
But you do manage to find so you're just looking for the books that are on the list, or just perusing?
Looking for books that are on the list without having to ask the librarian about them.
The librarian gives you looks like every time you meet eyes. You find the books. The books are... There's 3 books on the list. Oh, there's the knowledge of nature check. The first book is a basic and dry examination of magical circles and connecting through astral space. The basics on how to make a teleportation circle work. The next one is teleportation circles and exotic locations. How to make yours work on a lava platform. Due to its catchy title, you find exactly what you were expecting from such a title, which is it does in fact explain how to make a magical teleportation circle work on more fluid, movable surfaces. The last one is I can't choose how to make a magical circle into a free teleport device, which, from what you can gather from the first 2 pages, is going to go in depth onto how to make a teleportation circle into like a cannon that can shoot you at any arbitrary location with magic.
That sounds handy.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially when you're shaped like a cannonball.
I'm not used to magic making sense.
Okay. I'm going to send Bran to look for Groblix.
Groblix, do you want to be found?
Just
yes,
hide
of
for
course.
Noah.
I have freaking the thing that I can't be found. No, I still have that on. Sorry.
It is impossible to find Grolix. What a master of deception. Now there he is. You see him like poking Valentine with a healy stick. At least Bram does.
Bran delivers the message that there's probably a teleportation circle in the basement, so if you would like to turn into an earth elemental to earth glide, it would be a good time.
Wouldn't that be suspicious as hell? Yeah, we could do that.
I know, I'm not your dad.
Do I even get that ability when I... Did you say I should summon an earth elemental or transform into one?
Don't you get that as your second beast shape that you can turn into small elementals?
I think that's elemental body. And
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I actually get all of the abilities if I do the shapeshift.
oh
I
wow.
have to check that out.
Oh. Let's see. Elemental body 1 does in fact give you Earth Glide. Which is neat. Let's see Earth Glide. Well, yeah. Although I think it doesn't give you a burrow speed. I'll look this up.
Is it weekends? Blah, blah, blah.
Wah.
Okay, yeah, then let's do that.
Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, you would get a burrow speed equal to your line speed, and you get Earth Glide so you don't leave any trails.
Okay, then let's check out the basement.
Valentine, you watch as Grubbelix turns into a tiny rock boy.
Yeah.
Like a 4 feet tall rock boy, I believe.
He's
Rock
big.
manlet.
What a little scamp. Grubbelix starts swimming through the ground. He bumps into all kinds of things along the way. Because, unfortunately for Grubbelix, there seem to be metal plates built into the wall in random places.
Ouch! Ouch!
Oh! Ah! And after a certain point, you pop out of the wall and hit the water. Blub, 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 blub. You're sinking.
No, he's
Oh,
a
no.
mud boy.
Well, yeah. Does he even brave as an elemental?
No, I don't think he does. I think he's fine, but
Yeah, so just hit
a little
the
soft.
bottom.
Just a little soggy. He's still good. He's still good.
Yeah,
Okay.
just hit the bottom and resume going in the other way.
you might want to swim up before you can examine the environment properly. The water is mighty rough and eroding you slowly. It might take a few hundred years, but
Is there a safe place where I can shapeshift back?
I don't know. You can get
I
out
don't
of the...
see stuff. Yeah, let's get out of the water.
You get out of the water. You see a nearby area where the wall has been like caved in.
Let's take a look-see.
Bunk, 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 bunk.
Underground adventures of Grubbelix.
Alright, Grobelix, you walk up, and you notice, as in you can't help but notice, that the way this cave-in happened is they probably started digging, didn't know this was here, dug too far, and as a result broke it apart. You're in a room with a magic circle. It looks really complicated. Maybe it's actually for pouring wine, who knows?
I mean, I got told that it should be a teleportation device. So.
The pillars around the room have all kinds of weird buttons and levers on them. And the circle, upon closer examination, seems to have lots of seams.
Hmm. Alright. This should confirm there's a teleportation device, and that's supposedly how the team gets into. Forgot the location to Vigil. Hmm.
The water is nice and quiet. You're quite
Do I
certain
hear? I'm quite certain about what.
that given how long it took you to find your way here, you might want to consider either turning back or something. Because your elemental body doesn't last forever.
Yeah, just like an hour, if I recall.
Oh wait, he gets the duration of a druidic form for this? Okay, in that case it's alright.
Do, do I hear any people around here? So, or can I explore a bit more without getting discovered?
I think it...
You're a random earth elemental. If you get discovered, you just sink back into the ground.
Yeah, there's nothing that anyone could tell that you're like, you. Additionally, yes, you can just sink into the ground. There are metal plates in the walls, but it's not like the floor is made of metal.
Then let's check out the thingy a bit more.
You step onto the sigil.
What could
It,
possibly go wrong?
Now it activates, and I'm
you hear a soft hum as it indeed starts to glow, but as a moment, as you stand still and wait for the worst to happen, nothing happens. It seems to be waiting for something.
Okay. And I suppose those two are very locked doors.
That is not a locked door. That is a wall, but from this side, you can clearly tell that it can slide off to the side.
Ah.
It's a secret door.
Let's check out the top one.
You go over to the north, where there is another secret door. At least, you imagine it is, because it looks like it fits in, but no effort has been done for it. Unlike the door at the end of the hallway, which is very clearly designed to look like a wall.
Alright.
But from this side, it has a little handle, so you can pull it with ease.
Also, you can just kind of poke your head in through.
Yeah, that's what
Hide.
I just wanted to do. Can I poke my head through the wall?
You see a sleeping man.
Gross. Alright.
What a nice snooze he's
I'm
having.
not sure if I can sneak around very good as an earth elemental.
You're
so-
probably very clunky.
So I'm gonna check out the honor order.
You put the
Yeah, you
wall
can
back
just
in
go
place.
through the wall. You don't need to poke.
I mean, I don't want to wake up the guard to noises that something is going through the wall.
You see a small storage place / workshop. There are lots of boxes in the way of the secret door you just opened. But you can get around them.
Okay,
By going through the wall.
time to check out this door. just
Not
to
every
make
problem
sure-
it has to be solved by going through the... You see a hallway that Galter saw a while ago, but you don't know that Galter was here. You see occasionally some white armored figure like leaning in from the end of the hallway. Like that.
Hmm. Think it would be best to try to get back where I came from.
Excellent. I like your big things. Grublix returns home.
Yeah. I mean, I found where typical should be.
I will
kinda.
return you to where you came from. Valentine, if Grublix appears under your feet,
Come in.
He almost fall over. What a jerk.
Hey, at least I didn't spear him.
Haven't I been through enough?
Now I'm almost falling over. That's worse than being stabbed, you know.
Jeez, today just can't get any better.
Like you bump into the
One
armor
stone
and the
boy.
magic sparks fly off.
So I white shape back and tell Valentine that I found a teleportation circle down in the basement. As Carl told me, of course.
Well, now we know how Dean's getting in and out of this place. Big old
Also,
teleport.
I tell Valentine about the secret. So if we are sometimes down there, I don't know.
What has Galter been doing in the meantime? Is a great question.
Poison more
Meanwhile.
food.
Galter is standing in the ledger room.
Yeah, I stuffed the ledger into my backpack and head up the stairs. Why not? Let's see what's here.
I mean, you know, why not? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, oh.
Um. Well.
Somewhere around here, perhaps?
Ish. There he is. You appear in some sort of small foyer. Over here come the sound of cooking. Over here
Ooh,
sounds
more
like the
food
sharpening of
poison.
swords.
Ooh,
Ooh.
whetstone
Sword.
music.
Be like
Wait,
music for water.
where did I hear the sharpening sound?
West.
Left.
Dum. Let's go have a look see.
Alright, now unfortunately I need to do some things as well.
Things. Gasp.
Alright, now I can reveal this little neck of the woods. You come into a tower. Tower-like segment. There's a guy here. He is an armorer because he is working an anvil and maintaining some sort of equipment. He's not that big, but he is pretty big.
This room has cut off wood to the bits.
Yeah,
I-
some limitations of the maps I'm using, but it's fine.
Yeah. He's also carved some copyright into the ground, just in case.
Just in case people think they can get sneaky with him.
Yeah.
He barely
Oh.
pays you any attention.
What was the big guy?
He is, seems to be the armor around here because he is a large. You squint, Goliath maybe? He's a big humanoid figure with a weird bluish skin who is working a large blade that to him is probably like an arming sword, but to you would be like a two-handed weapon against a whetstone that he's like peddling.
Okay. And what's in the room in general then? Or is there...
Armor, swords, martial equipment. It is stocked to the brim with things to make people less alive with. Some of which look bloodied, rusted, or otherwise dull. Like, one of them clearly has a chip in the blade, too.
armory?
We're going to take the chip at the...
As you walk into the room, the large figure goes,
Earth to you too. Earth.
Engaging conversation.
Earth.
Your movement around the room does not seem to agitate this person too much, so...
Yeah, just occasionally bark at him, I guess, when he runs at me.
The room is filled with a constant of a sword being grinded and two dudes grumbling at each other.
Yeah, that's the dude language.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Just bro.
No,
Just
it's-
bros being dudes.
no, those are different things. Unless you wish to steal something from around here, or request your own equipment to be sharpened,
Eh, not quite. Like, really, the only thing I could request is my armor spikes, and that would be weird.
You probably need a chisel for that one, yes.
Hmm.
Do it all by hand. You reach into a small gallery where extremely lifelike statues have been set up. They all have funny names.
Hmm. Hatsune Miku.
No, one. Those go in a special place, not this gallery.
This is the lame gallery.
This is where Archmage's Fartlord is hanging out.
He's my favorite archmage.
He's also very stinky.
Huh.
They're all called insulting names.
It's tradition. Mage company to have a really shit name.
Yeah, like, why do you think Carl goes by Carl?
Carl, the Carl.
Carl.
Okay, let me reveal some more of the gallery since you can just peek down. Down, you
Yeah.
see a massive raven statue. It's big.
Yeah. That's something. I guess Brand would like that one.
Is he vain?
So, so these statues, very lifelike.
Yes.
Are they in what kind of positions are they in?
Some of them appear to be. They're all like in remarkably action-packed poses.
Hmm.
One of them is like brandishing a wand. Another is like holding up a shield.
Hmm. Right. Any of them in any kind of surprised or any kind of postures?
Well, there's one like this little goblin over here who has like a very panicked expression.
Hmm. Right. And the names, and did you say what kind of names do they have?
Very insulting names. One of them is called Fartlord for goodness' sake.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Well, don't get petrified by this beholder, I guess.
That does
Make
sound
fun of
unpleasant.
what Hmm.
If Galter wants to go up the stairs, he can. Do you, though? Do you think you're heroic enough to walk up some stairs and do some cardio?
Um. Hmm.
Galter gets enough cardio just walk in his armor.
It's just like the idea of the reason you're humming and hawing is that you're checking your inventory for like fortitude save potions.
No, I was actually just told I have a Subway rap rating for me.
Cool. While Galter goes to
Wow,
the second
another
floor.
one? Wish I got Subway.
Well, it's my birthday, so yeah, you know.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Belmore.
Happy Sandwich Day.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll take care of the carnival gang in a moment. Who wants to go next, Grublix or Carl?
Roll for initiative.
Grublix and Valentine are the same room, so they the same activity center, so to speak.
I send Bran to fly into the tower around the corner, and there's the Raven statue, and he likes it.
Yay.
I like this. It's mine now. No, wait, that's Cat's. Bram's secretly cat? Find out more later.
Birds are just cats with wings, really. All animals are just cats when you really get down to it.
Dogs are cats? Don't say that to a dog.
I wouldn't compliment a dog like that.
Bran's going to explore up the tower.
Bram decides that going up the tower is a great idea. Going up the tower, he will eventually come into a room that's like a dormitory of sorts. There is a map for this, but I can't really split one person across two maps, so...
Yeah. Okay.
The dormitory is filled with students, or at least very studious-looking individuals. They are poring over colorful images and magical spellbooks.
Ooh. Bran flies back and is like, hey Carl, there's some nerds up there. You wanna go there? You should be able to take the door.
Nerds.
They're like you.
Library. Carl is interested, so he's gonna go past the guards here.
I'm
through this
interested
door.
in this.
They ignore you because you are just going up the stairs. No harm there.
And he's gonna talk with the nerds and impress them with flexing them with his 15 spellcraft bonus.
Try to become the alpha nerd.
All right, can. All right, time for some polygonal revealing of doors, of dormitories, of places, of people. Places, people, paper. Dunder Mifflin. Bran the Raven and Carl are on the second floor now.
Yeah, and seems like Galter is as well.
Galter is up here as well. You may run into him. I mean, you probably hear like he's clinging and clying if you really try to listen for it.
Yeah, I
He is noisy.
probably feel like listen after being in the library for a while.
I mean, once you come up here, it's like this is a very noisy room because all these students, who I will now add to the map. At least they look like students. They all have like glasses and books, and they're all like chit-chatting about things.
And they're big.
They're varying sizes. Some are goblins, some are kobolds. Some are just dudes, elves, the works. They don't seem to pay too much attention to you, although some of them like dive into their books just a bit more.
Wow, rude.
Guffaw.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Roll me a fellow kids roll.
Uh,
Roll me a boomer check.
hey, like Carl is only like 146.
Double.
I'm still in the prime of my youth, kids.
For an elf, that's barely anything.
I've only existed since the beginning of the Super Bowl. I'm not that old. All right. Well, I'm not. There's no rule associated with that. They are all. They know you're an outsider, and they all get like.
I'm just going to sit down here.
Take a seat next to some of the human and elf-looking students.
Yeah.
Is this the rumbling noises place?
Let me just check downstairs. You decide to chat a bit. We'll check about that in a moment. In the meantime, what are Valentine and Grublix up to?
I was gonna explore around over here. Just kind of waddle my way around. Not go through the corridor with the mean guy in it.
He's mean. You walk into a bathroom. You hear someone scrubbing. Like shh.
Okay. Probably.
By the scrub.
Probably shouldn't interrupt that. That sounds personal.
Hey, fellow cleaner. You can ask for hands.
Hello, fellow cleaner. How do you do?
Hello. I'm recently hired, and I'm still, getting the lay of the place. Looks like this area is handled.
The half orc gives you like this look. Then it's like, oh, a fellow cleaner. Hey. We could use the numbers. And he gets up and he prods you in the chest, and you feel extremely dirty.
Ow.
His finger is clean, but you just feel dirty.
I just got stabbed there. Please be careful.
Ah, don't be such a wuss. They'll stab you more often than that.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
kill
doubt it.
you. Well, since you already seem familiar with the local wildlife, welcome aboard. What brought you to work out here?
Mm, You know, you gotta make a living somehow. This place was hiring, so you know.
That's how they get you. Well then. Well, I guess we do need something to clean up the North Gallery.
Oh, is that the place through the door just over there?
This door?
Yeah, that door.
No. That's a pool of reflection. They used it for weird, scrying, vision, self-reflecting, blah 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 stuff. I don't care too much about it myself. Those wizardy folks are weird.
Yeah, it's too complicated for my liking.
Maybe you can get something out of it. I heard it can help enlighten personal queries or something. But I got none, so it's useless to me.
It's a good way to live, bud.
Yeah. So, should probably get some cleaning supplies though. Look up at dry on scrub-a-dubs.
Yeah. Can you direct me to some place where I could find them? No one's giving me a map or anything. I'm kind of lost here.
Well, if you go down that hallway over there, you take the second door to your right. You end up in a storage place we store all of our cleaning stuff for, well, that area. But we hide some all over the place because the guards like to be a prey and, well, better safe than sorry.
Smart move.
Yeah. And he essentially provides you with, like, if you want to find arbitrary cleaning supplies in any particular room, here's how to look for them.
Heck yeah. Well, that'll be
No,
useful
that's
to make
cool.
myself look busy when I'm getting accosted by guards.
You also get
Again.
a +1 bonus to any janitor proficiency check for the day, as he gives
Hell
you
yeah.
the useful tips.
In
Who
that
doesn't want
case,
a numerical bonus to their janitor proficiency checks?
Well, in that case, I'm going to have a look at this scrying place you mentioned. Leave him to clean in the bathroom while I go and do anything but clean.
You enter into a room where a strange figure is bowing over the pool, seemingly lost in whatever he sees in its reflection. They
Huh.
seem dazed by it in a weird way.
The intense urge to push them in is just the only thing Valentine can feel. It's just like,
they're wearing the smug wizard robes, so
yeah, that makes it more tempting.
exactly.
You should not trifle with wizards.
Yeah, but
They're nerds. Where are the
gotta
lockers?
bully them.
Like, if you do it, he's probably going to cast Big Stink you.
Yeah. That so at this point, I know that being a jerk is a one-way ticket to getting injured in some way, shape, or form. But
The poopy spell.
gotta. Nah,
Material component 1 poopy. Effect target
guess
smells
I'll-
like poop. What a great
I guess I'll
spell.
have a look at this pool thing.
How deeply do you gaze within this pool?
Not extremely deeply, I guess. But like, just kind of a cursory look at it. Like,
The
what the hell
pool
is this guy
weirdly-
looking at?
The pool begins to weirdly shimmer and distort the longer you look at it, as if taking you away on a distant journey.
Huh.
Will you let it?
No.
Good.
Weird magic shit. I'm not getting involved. I'm gonna have a look.
Kick at the water. Take that pool.
Yeah. Go away. Weird magic bullshit. Not my
Do you
business.
actually kick at the pool? At the water?
A little bit.
As the ripples reach the guy over there, he falls backwards, completely stunned by what just happened. You enter into a practice hall. There are like wands mounted on the walls. There are safety instructions. There's some targets. There's some, for some reason, like illusionary wizards standing ready in like cool poses. There's a small sign that says that the safety instructor is out. You are not allowed to practice.
Oh. Dang. Don't know what I would even have done had I been able to practice.
These
I'm
wands look
honest.
cool though.
They do look cool. I'm just gonna, casually take one off the wall and wave it around, even though I have like no magic. I'm just kind of waving a stick about.
Do you have any use magic skill? Use magic device skill?
Hang on. That's the wrong window. That's the window. I have windows buried under windows under windows.
For what it's worth, it's a skill that runs off charisma, so
Yeah, I
It's
have
It's the
3
bullshitting
in it.
skill.
So it would have just been my charisma
You can't
if I
use it
didn't have
untrained.
the negative thing. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll still let you roll that charisma roll with this item. These wands are easy to use.
Okay.
Give it a flick. You arbitrarily decide to shake the stick around. And from this white stick that has like a... It looks like a furry pattern, but once the effect takes place, you realize that it's supposed to be like swirls of air. You are suddenly, whoop, knocked a bit across the room before you brace yourself and stop your movement, as you shot like some sort of geyser of air from it.
Huh.
There's like a cloud of dust because you presumably hit like a dirty spot or something. Ugh.
Well, that seems handy for dusting. I'm starting to think like a cleaner. I've been here too long.
yeah, it's method act.
It's method.
Well, it's not like there's anyone around here. I'm just gonna pocket that. Go on my way.
You have a wand of air geyser.
Right.
Careful
No
not to
idea
clean
if-
too vigorously. You need to have work for later. The guy is still stunned. His head spinning is like, whoa.
Just gonna give him a pat on the back as I walk past him.
I think
Hang in there, bud.
clearly he's watching the Super Bowl.
You peek into a hallway. There's 2 guards over to your right. And there's a room marked classroom over here. The workshop over here. Yours is marked room of reflection. Over here are offices from tutors, apparently. Ooh, that's neat. I can hold shift and ping myself to places. Does it affect you too?
Yeah, that's pinging me around.
Exciting. That's a good thing to learn.
Work for me. No, it doesn't work for me. I guess classroom. I don't really know what would be useful in a classroom, but I might as well, peek in, have a look.
You peek into a classroom. Despite not being a student. Naughty,
Yeah.
naughty. I'm calling the popo.
There's no rules against that, I don't think.
There is a sheet of paper over here that has like some magical scribblings on it. There's weird like chalk-like pieces of something on the desk. It's a small classroom. You have no idea what this lesson is about.
I didn't even know this was a school.
I hate schools.
Schools are for nerds.
And nerds are for school.
Yeah.
Just write that on the board or something. Valentine the jock.
Too cool for school. Every word is spelt wrong.
Cool. You leave a decoratory message teaching those nerds what's up.
Yeah.
And with
that'll
that,
show 'em.
and with that, we're gonna go back to good old-fashioned Carl, who is
Go back to
upstairs.
someone doing something interesting.
Unless Grub wants to do something.
No, I'm fine.
Grub's just hanging in the main hall, just looking at all these nice trophies.
You know what? I'm just gonna walk the dog.
You're gonna go outside and walk the dog.
Yeah.
As you leave the building, one of the guards gives like a little growl. Where do you think you're going?
Gonna walk the dog. What do you think I'm doing?
Or do you want the dog to
You
poop
want-
inside?
You want him to poo on the carpet inside? I don't think so.
You do know liquor not allowed outside at certain hours of the day, right?
I'm fine. I will be right back.
I'm not saying now's the time. I just want to make sure that you don't make a mistake when you want to make it last. So, no going outside at 4 a.m. in the morning until 6.
Okay, I'm just gonna do his business just exactly here then.
And then you walk off with your dog. Carl, these students are not impressed by your hip wizardiness.
Like,
How dare these nerds?
He's
yeah.
wearing his wizard hat backwards and everything.
I mean, wouldn't that cause like the whole thing to hang in front of your face?
Yes.
I mean, I don't
But
really,
it's
I don't really
cool
have
in
a
wizard
wizard hat. I have a headband of intelligence.
Wear it
You're
backwards
wearing
and those
that.
flaps are in your face.
Well, lame. I'm just going to go look for where the quarters are because apparently we have a place to sleep when we were invited here.
He didn't bother to tell us where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I'm right.
probably isn't it. Guess you should try the other door because this.
Yeah, you walk out onto the
Outside.
battlements. You see a few guards marching up and down the square. Who knows why
Yeah,
they're
no. That looks boring.
there? Nerds.
Now that's here. Do these guys have familiars?
What?
Do these students have familiars?
Familiars?
Yeah,
Familiars.
A
Like,
few of them
no.
do have familiars, yes.
Nice.
That you can see at least.
Nuts.
Now that's cool.
Cool people have dogs. Guard dogs.
Yeah. Have to go outside and stuff like that.
That is a really misspelled Tuku over school.
Yeah, that was fun. I hope you like it.
Art isn't all. You walk to a hallway and you hear Gulter's clank, 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 clank coming up.
Yeah. Does Galter remember where our quarters were supposed to be?
I don't think we were even told.
Oh. Coral.
Galter?
Oh yeah, I know where your room is. It's north section of the hall. It's over here. Let me just reveal it.
Wow, that's quite far.
It's the only room with 4 beds. Get used to it. Galter, you see Carl walking out of a room with cool kids who are not cool enough to not be in school.
They are they following him?
No,
He's abducting all these children.
they're not children. They're old enough to be adults.
They're children. They're in
Uh,
school,
yeah.
they're children.
Like,
Uh,
becoming a wizard takes time.
I advise against eating any food here.
I mean, if you want to be negative about food, sure. Go nuts. Okay. I'm gonna put. Oh no. Oh no. You're walking back into the main great hall, where, as before, you see multiple servants around cleaning things. They are your people.
Nice. Ooh, that's pretty great indeed.
I mean,
Oh, so our room just kinda sticks out of the hall. Okay.
Indeed. What a great hall it is. There's a great chandelier that hangs over the grand staircase.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to grade whole ass out of here.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Carl heads back to his room.
Oh, hey, there's a desk. Finally, I have like the spell writing.
There is a desk
Catch up on.
and a rickety old chair, but it works for wizarding purposes.
Yeah, well, like I'm an elf. I'm not too heavy.
You are an elf. Well, unfortunately today is not my kind of day, as in I had a poor sleep, and
Yeah, he
So-
mentioned that.
how about we cut it off here with you guys having explored a bit, learned a couple of details.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I will follow Carl and hand you the ledger that I found and point out the entries.
Ooh, interesting.
You're more the books person here, so have at it.
Go do book stuff. Book it out. Book 'em, boys.
All right.
All right. Time to do some stuff. Let's see. What did you achieve? Well, you beat up a crazy lady. You learned some clues. You showed those nerds what for.
Got
Yeah.
stabbed.
Found the ledger, poisoned the food supply.
Poison
Our
bees.
That
heroes.
second one was mostly like not required.
Our heroes, everyone.
Yeah. Well, I guess I.
Galte would be the first to point out that he's no hero.
Yeah.
Don't
Then he
be
goes into like a moody monologue episode.
I'm moody. I'm also
Remind me to prepare detect poison the next day.
Let's see. Let me just tabulate your experience totals through the tabulatatron for doing cool things. Divided by pa is pa. Everyone has 27,000 experience.
That's an amount.
That is an amount. You could call your mom and go, Mom, I have an amount of experience. And you'd be right.
Yeah.
Bye, Mom. I mean, technically, you should call your dad when it comes to experience, but I'm just saying.
Okay. So, how much?
How much what?
27,000.
Yes.
Oh, no.
All right. Say goodbye to stream, because I'm going to stop stream now.
Bye, stream.
But
Whee!
Goodbye.